Found a page that might interest you. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence from my past. Thank you. Well. Fantastic. Oh yeah, I still need to go grocery shopping here, chat. So you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do one with a lot. Actually, no.
Perhaps, if we survive this, I shall invite you to one of my soirees. We can devise an exotic backstory for you, and everyone will lose their heads over you, literally licking up to you. Ignorant all the while that you are but a petty thief from Canabres. It will be a riot!
Then I want to be the Prince of Garund, or maybe the King. It's a tough choice.
Oh boy. All right, let's go shopping. Let's go do some shopping real quick. I see what you have to offer. Oh, you're kidding, right? You have nothing? He had absolutely nothing. All right, one-eyed devil. You gotta have something for me. Wow. Okay. Okay. I guess we won't be doing monster casserole for a while. Until we get a bunch of eggs. That's 3 less damage on everything. Oh well. All right, now the lure is full. Ah, place of execution. Desolate thicket? But hey, we can go to one of these portal things, which would be great. Doot. They're trying to talk to our dragon baby. No! listen to him. Just like, ignore her, dragon baby. She's crazy.
Let's see what we can do.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Yeah, let's prove that. Okay. Where are you at? Okay, so you can probably chart or bug.
Take you.
Whichever's more convenient for you.
I will resist.
Okay, yeah, you bug too. Like, no worries, chat. No worries. They can just bug all they want. It's fine. I'm not worried at all. I mean, after all, who cares about who cares about our stuff not properly working, huh? Who cares about it, right? Of course. Oh, right. I had it casted on.
Prepare yourself. Disappear. This condition is irrational.
Yes, it is. All right, there's one dead.
I got this.
Fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're not so fine.
Now, what am I missing?
And I missed Ninio. Oh well.
The Inheritor, guide my blade. Desna, guide my hand.
What's everybody will say is 14, 16, 16. Die. Okay, don't die.
Damn you!
Um.
Be gone, fiend!
Into the fray!
Yeah, we'll start
Make
here.
your peace.
Oh.
Are you still here?
Okay.
Fall!
No glory without risk!
Did I ever smite you? That's fine.
I will resist!
That was a lot of critical misses. What was it, like 2, 3 critical misses out of that? Wow. Yeah, just kill it and kill it dead. That's all I get out of that. Dirty snoot. This headband grants its wearer plus 12 competence bonus on athletics and mobility skill checks. If this headband is worn by an animal companion, it also grants a plus 3 dodge bonus to AC against ranged attacks. I'll hold on to it. But yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna just. I mean, it's a good item.
Here we go.
Don't think I would actually keep it. That's everywhere? Yep, that's everywhere. Babo, Babo, Babo.
I can handle it.
Come on now. Come on. You can do it. Yeah. All right. Let's go pay our friend a visit. And when I mean friend, I mean Mutasafin. And then we'll come up to here.
Can't make the demons wait.
Ah, okay. We'll talk to them in a second. My heart aches with worry. I shudder to think that Mutazafin may have done what Mutazafin may have done to my shrine. This war spares no one. At least we can take solace in that, in the thought that it is coming to an end. I think I've been to this place before. I came across it during my travels, but I didn't know there was a lab here. I wonder how long Mutazafin has been at this location. Z, you're here. Gods be praised. The sanctuary has successfully repelled Mutazafin's attack. The temple's inhabitants are safe. Thank you for bringing me the good news. I have been worried about my temple. It was only the importance. It was the only importance of our mission that enabled me to keep going, to push forward, despite my fear and anxiety. But you have saved the sanctuary. I need not worry about any longer. The power I possess does not come from heaven, but the blood of demon lords. Does that scare you? I trust you, my radiant friend. As for your power, during your visit to the shrine of the stargazers, and I discussed the miracle inside you. We tried to reach your fate in the stars. As I studied the constellations and the movement of the heavenly bodies, I saw different roads ahead of you, and almost all of them led to the light. But one of those paths shone so brightly it nearly blinded me. It was the path of an angel, but higher, pure, and more worthy of honor. How can I distrust your intentions when I know that you have this incredible potential? I disobeyed Iomade. She wanted to take away the power I received from Rilo, but I refused. Will you continue to follow me after that? Don't you know my story? I'm probably the most disobedient paladin to ever serve Iomade. I have a long history of disobeying my superiors, so this is nothing new. Now I'm just disobeying the goddess directly. I'm a warrior, not a theologian. But I always imagine that the goddess favors the bold and the brave, not the timid and the obedient. So I don't think it's a sin to disobey her instructions, but even if I'm wrong, we can't turn back now, not when we've almost finished what we have set out to do. You are a source of hope and salvation. It does not matter what Iomade says. I will continue to follow you. Thought Targana had a plan. What happened to her? How was she taken captive? Oh, don't worry. She has a plan, and I think you'll like it. When our good friend Targana has a target, she flies toward it like an arrow, straight and true. Once she discovered that Mutazafin had escaped again, she allowed herself to be captured by his demonic dominions. But she did that because she had a plan. Mutazafin is drawn to anything unusual and powerful, especially if it has something to do with that cursed Arilu Vorlish and her creations. She knew that he would want to study her because she was one of his mentors. Because she was one of his mentor's experiments. Once he revealed the location of his secret hideout, she could relay the information to us about his whereabouts, and her plan worked. That's why we're here. So what's the plan? We still possess the power that helped us to defeat Baphomet. We will try to use it against Mutazafin. It should prevent him from teleporting away, but I don't know how effective it will be against his other method of escape, his death and revival strategy. Still, it's worth a try. We need to go inside, fire Targana, and kill the demon. He has been the cause of so much pain and suffering. We must put an end to his destructive ways. I see. Well, let's go. The gods and the gods of light and goodness aid us in our cause.
Beautiful.
Let's see how things go. I almost should probably. thing that we don't have a initial time limit. Remember when I put everything away into my chest? Yeah. Whoops. Now I gotta figure out what the hell it is I need. Now I gotta figure out what the hell it is I need. Oh, God. All right. That's a wand. No. Maybe that. Oh, move. Okay, that's probably what I needed. That's what I needed, chat. Okay, now let's go. There's so many things I can't wait to freaking do. And one of them is, in fact, actually made quite what is it? 11Ks, that too. But I need to get to here. Wait, can I get to here? Can I get that? I think I can get to there. Oh, I can get to there. Next target on the list. Okay, yep, that's our next target. I mean, luckily.
What's going on here?
Have a little bit of pain, chat, guys.
Beautiful.
A little pain should go a long ways. Did it just say Jubilost? Unexpected sounds break the menacing, monotonous atmosphere of the Whirlwind. Business like chatter, the lazy neighs of ponies, the chatter of instruments, and rising above everything else, a rather expressive voice. Well, hello, sir. A flying ship. How could he even think of proposing such a thing? And next, he'll tell me that we should travel by portals or streak across the sky in a winged chariot. And don't look at me like that. I know what you mean. That this cart has experienced things you wouldn't see in your worst nightmares. That it's time to retire and put its wheels up beside the fire. Axles breaking as it tells its cart to grandchildren stories of its wild youth. That I can afford more reliable transportation than this wreck. To this, I will say that the great explorers and discoveries set out on their expeditions on foot, and they didn't complain about it. Yet you can't even survive comfortable ground-based travel in an ordinary cart. And that, the owner of the expressive voice turns to you, nods as if he didn't expect to see anyone else. Jubilus Narthropple, I'm just passing through. The name is familiar to you. Narthropple is an eccentric gnome scholar from Absalon, traveler, explorer, popularizer of science, journalist, and author of a dozen books and countless articles. Due to his overly sharp tongue, he's been sentenced to death or exiled by no fewer than 3 or 4 nations of Galarian. Every year, new rumors surface of his death at the hands of some offended monarch and the others. I've heard about you. You're a scientist and an explorer, aren't you? Jubilus Northrop, scientist, traveler, cartographer, journalist, lecturer. Ponies. They're so cute and chubby, just like Soot. May I pet your ponies, please? Jubilus stops short and glares at Ember with an indignation. Ember looks back at him with an innocent devotion, waiting for his permission. Oh, well, fine. You may pet the ponies, girl. Now then, where were we? I am Jubilus Northrop, scientist, journalist at your service. Jubilus Northrop, the author of Distillation of Magical Liquids in the Field? Yes, that's me. I take it I have the honor of speaking to a fellow scientist. With a fellow scientist and successful rival, a future successful rival, I intend to take your place in the Department of the College of Mysteries. On my way to the headmaster's seat, and naturally, by the way, the blood of the mythic demons cannot be distilled by your method, and neither can the slime of an ordinary carnivorous blob. Absolutely not. Jubilus doesn't seem offended. On the contrary, he looks at Nenio with growing interest. My distillation method was developed by distillations carried out on the material plane for liquids originating from the material plane. Demon blood does not meet these conditions. For extraplanar liquids, I've developed a new method described in my article in the first issue of the National Alchemy's 4817. We got a whole century to go before 4817. Yes, of course, that's correct. The article was scheduled for publication in advance. In advance. 1 XP. To be fair, I do not require data on extraplanar entities for the encyclopedia. Therefore, demons and their blood are as such not interest me. But I have not yet finished the section on cult alchemists. The main focus of their work is potions based on demon blood. To support my thesis that the average cult alchemist lacks any real knowledge of the subject, I need to make a breakthrough in this field. An approach worthy of a true scientist. I wish I could linger and try to reconstruct my method from memory, but I don't have any time to spare. So you're an encyclopedist. At the same time, a practitioner and a field researcher. That's right, I'm Nenio. I just needed to clarify a couple of the details. I'll figure out the rest on my own. Of course, I'd be happy to be of assistance, even if nothing comes of it. We could continue this discussion by correspondence. Is this some sort of scientific flirtation or what? It's certainly possible, but it's let's return to the issue at hand. To what degree should I saturate the blood with steam during distillation? My previous attempt resulted in an explosion, which suggests that durability of the standard distillation apparatus is not within the limit. To what degree what? You're using direct distillation? I am. Dry steam distillation is not a viable option. What absolutely, utterly inconceivable nonsense. In my second article on National Alchemy, I proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that direct distillation is not suitable for magical liquids and only properly isolated. Only a properly isolated steam coil allows us to consider the distillation process effective. In the section of my encyclopedia detailing the uses of distillation of apparatus, I completely unravel every argument of your work on the benefits of dry steam distillation. Ha! Jubileus folded his arms in indignation, then his expressions shifts to boredom. So you're interested in distillation, dear colleague. Excellent. Then subscribe to National Alchemy and wait until my article reaches these parts. I'm afraid I'm in a rush and cannot offer you any advice on the subject. So, where did we leave off, Commander? Oh, if only he was actually voice acted.